Okay, so I think my voice is audible to you and the slide is also visible. So
Yes, sir.
we'll start from the same topic which we had yesterday. So since there were so many disruptions because of the connectivity issue, so I thought that I should take up the same topic today also. So we were talking about the MOS transistor. Okay. Now the structure of the MOS transistor, it has a p-type substrate, and in this p-type substrate we have two n-type diffusion regions. So since this is a n-channel MOSFET, so we have n-type diffusion regions in a p-type substrate. Similarly, for a p-channel MOSFET, you will have a n-type substrate here and p plus, that is heavily doped p-type regions, which will act as source and drain. Then on this p-type semiconductor, the gap which you are seeing here, so on this gap, silicon dioxide is deposited. Okay, so this is silicon dioxide, thin layer of silicon dioxide, which will act as an insulator. And then on this silicon dioxide, a polysilicon gate material is deposited. So this polysilicon material over this silicon dioxide, this act as a gate. Yeah. So this is actually a MOSFET or MOS transistor. Now there are two types of MOS transistors. One is enhancement and the other is called depletion mode MOSFET. Enhancement mode MOSFET and depletion mode MOSFET. And the symbol of enhancement MOSFET is this. This is NMOS. And for PMOS, so PMOS is represented by a bubble at the gate. So this is PMOS enhancement. Then similarly depletion NMOS. So this is represented by this thick line over here, red line which you are seeing. So this represents, it's a depletion type MOSFET. So what are depletion and enhancement? So we'll understand very soon. Now this MOSFET transistor has four terminals. So it has four terminals. Sometimes you will see that three terminals are only mentioned. So for example, in this case, you have a drain, gate and source. So, but actually there are four terminals which are shown over here. The fourth terminal is the bulk or body contact terminal. So the body contact terminal is the fourth terminal. And normally, if it's an N-type MOSFET, this body contact terminal will be tied to source. Then it will be grounded or connected to the most negative supply. Similarly, if it is a P-type MOSFET, then the body contact will again be connected to source, but this time this source will be connected to the most positive supply. Right? So for in a P-type MOSFET, for example here, so I have again this bulk contact. Now this bulk contact will be again connected to source, but this time source will be connected to the most positive supply, which is normally VDD. Now for this MOSFET to operate, that is for this MOSFET to be used as an on-off switch, one needs to create a channel, right? So for conducting between drain and source, we need to have a channel in between. So channel is composed of electrons if it is an N-type MOSFET. So since this is an N-channel MOSFET or N-type MOSFET, so you need electrons in between source and drain, a channel of electrons. Okay. So if it is a P-type MOSFET, that is, if you have a P region over here, that is source and drain are if P-type, then you need, in the channel, you need holes. Okay. So in this case, currently, it's an N-channel MOSFET. So you need electrons under the gate. So these electrons are connecting source and drain diffusion regions. Now, if a channel is there, then if you apply some bias between drain and source, that is some VDS, if you apply, then due to this applied VDS, the current can flow between drain and source. So you can see current between drain and source, which is represented as IDS, that is current between drain and source. Okay. So since VDS, that is applied drain to source voltage, will uh, the electric field in the region would be from drain to source. So because of which the electrons will move from source to drain. So the electrons will move from source to drain because of the electric field, which has a direction from drain to source on the application of some positive VDS. Now this threshold voltage, okay, so this is actually the value of VGS. So you apply some VGS over here on the gate. So between gate and source, you apply some bias, positive bias, VGS. Okay. S is already connected to 0. So VGS means VG minus VS. So VGS here means VG minus VS. And S is already, that is source is already connected to ground. So whatever gate bias you apply, positive bias, so that appears on the gate itself. So threshold voltage is actually the value of this VGS that you have to apply, which results in a strong inversion. That is, which creates a strongly inverted channel. Okay. So that is called threshold voltage. Now, we had also discussed in the MOS junction that threshold voltage depends on several factors. So here also in a MOSFET, the same threshold voltage depends on these factors. That is, first is the work function difference between metal and semiconductor, phi m minus phi s, that is work function difference between the metal and semiconductor. Then twice the bulk potential or Fermi potential. Okay. Then the bulk charges, okay, and inversion charges. Okay. Then these surface charges. Sorry, these are implants, the charges which are due to ion implantation, and these are the depletion layer charges. Depletion layer charges, then surface charge, and the charges due to implantation. Okay. So all have to be considered while calculating the threshold voltage of the MOSFET. So one has to apply VGS equal to or greater than VT. So VGS should be equal to or greater than VT, that is the threshold voltage, to create a strong channel. So if you don't apply VGS greater than or equal to VT, there will be a weak channel or maybe no channel. Okay. All right. Then yesterday we also discussed that the bulk terminal, so that actually controls the threshold voltage. So yesterday we had discussed that the bulk terminal, that is the body contact, so that was controlling the threshold voltage. So for example, in an N channel MOSFET, let us say, so this is my N channel MOSFET, and we had depletion regions around the source and drain junctions. Okay. So this is my source bulk junction and drain bulk junction, and we said that if you try to increase the reverse bias, is V minus VB. So if you try to increase this reverse bias across this junction, then the depletion region will widen. And when the depletion region widens, then the charges associated with depletion region, so they also increase. Now to accommodate this increase in charge, some charge from the channel should be reduced. So when the channel charge is reduced, then obviously that means one has to apply more gate bias to create a strong channel again. So that means the threshold voltage increases. When you increase the voltage which is applied, negative voltage which is applied at the body terminal. So which has been also shown over here in this picture. So here you will find VBS, that is bulk to source voltage or reverse bias. So this is increasing. So this reverse bias is increasing. Earlier it was 0, then it became minus 0.5 and then finally minus 2.5. Okay. And we see that the threshold voltage of the MOSFET, so that is going up as we are increasing the reverse bias across these two junctions. The threshold voltage is also going up. Okay. So this is because the depletion region here is extending, growing, because of which channel charges are reducing. So that is why the threshold voltage of the MOSFET is going up. Now there are three regions of operation in a MOSFET. So one region is called linear region. In fact, one is linear region, and then in fact first should be cutoff region. So one is linear region, then the other is cutoff, and the third one is saturation region. So there are three regions of operations of a MOSFET. Okay. So linear, and maybe cutoff, and also saturation. Three regions. Okay. So let us talk about the linear region. In fact, let us first of all talk about this cutoff region. So cutoff region here means you don't have any channel here. So there is no channel. Okay. So that is actually cutoff. So there is no channel. So there can be no conduction between drain and source. So that means the device is off. In cutoff, we say that device is off. Now the other region of operation is linear region. Now in the linear region, you apply some gate bias VGS, which is positive, and because of this positive bias, the channel is created. How the channel is created? You apply positive bias, that is VGS, some positive VGS between gate and source. You apply some VGS. So applying VGS positive means the electric field direction is transverse. That is from the gate to bulk. You have electric field. Now because of this electric field, holes will be pushed down. So you'll have, first of all, the holes will be accumulated here, and then the holes will be pushed down, and then finally you further increase VGS, then the electrons which are minority carrier in the P substrate, so they will be attracted here near the surface, and also some electrons from source and drain region. So they will also come and get deposited under the gate, which is called inversion region. So which is similar to what we have read for a MOS junction. I'll go back and show you. In a MOS junction, we had studied accumulation, depletion, and inversion. Right? So when the gate bias is negative, you had accumulation. So when it is greater than 0, you had depletion. Then when gate to source bias is increased, then you have inversion. That is inversion layer charge is appearing under the gate. So same applies here also in MOSFET. You have accumulation, depletion, and inversion depending upon what kind of bias at the gate you are applying. Accumulation, depletion, inversion. So these three things happen here also in the MOSFET. So a channel is formed because of inversion. So electrons are here in the channel. So now when you apply a VDS, some positive drain to source voltage if you apply, then you can see that a current can flow from drain to source. Because applying VDS would mean that you are applying an electric field whose direction is from drain to source. So this electric field will cause electrons to move from source to drain. Now, in the linear region of operation, the current, that is this drain to source current, so this increases linearly with the applied bias. So in the linear region, the the drain to source current, so this increases with applied VDS. Right? So let's say I have a VDS on x axis and y axis is my drain current. So in the linear region of operation, the drain current, so this increases linearly as you increase this drain to source voltage. So that is called linear region of operation. Now the next region is called the saturation region of operation. So we have three regions: cutoff, linear and saturation. So the next region is called saturation region of operation. So which happens only when the applied VDS, that is applied drain to source voltage, is greater than VGS minus VT, greater than or equal to VGS minus VT. So when applied drain to source voltage, so that is greater than or equal to VGS minus VT, then only this saturation happens. Right? So necessary condition is that VGS should be greater than VT, it is threshold voltage. So first condition is that VGS should be greater than VTH, and the other condition is that drain to source voltage should be greater than or equal to VGS minus VT. Now this drain to source voltage, so when you increase this drain to source voltage beyond VGS minus VT, the channel is pinched off. That is, you don't have a channel here now in this region. So the channel is pinched off, and the current which was increasing, maybe I'll go back here, the current which was increasing linearly, so this current saturates or becomes almost constant on increasing VDS. So this VDS, when this VDS is increased beyond VGS minus VT, then the channel is pinched off, saturation region of operation comes into picture, and the current saturates. Okay, so that is called actually the saturation region of operation of the MOSFET. Right? So I'll repeat once again. For saturation, you need to ensure these two conditions. That is, first of all, VGS should be greater than VT. So if this is not met, then there will be no channel, obviously. So for creating a channel, you need to have VGS greater than VT. And then for pinch off, that is for reaching saturation, my drain to source voltage should be greater than or equal to VGS minus VT. If it is greater than VGS minus VT, then you will see that the channel ends up here only. If it is equal to VGS minus VT, then the channel will end up here at the drain, right? But the shape of the channel would be like this, right? So it will not be uniform as in the previous case. So here the channel looks uniform, the inversion of the electrons in the channel, so they look uniform. But when you apply this VDS, drain to source bias, then the shape of the channel cannot remain uniform. The shape of the channel takes a form of this wedge. It is not uniform. Now this can be related again to the same principle that we studied in a JFET. So I'll go back and show you that in a JFET also we had similar kind of, I think, depletion region. We had similar kind of depletion region. So this can be related to that JFET also. Now why the channel is of this wedge shape? So for that we need to understand that, maybe I may have a picture. I'll just check out. Oh, I don't have a picture. I'll have to draw. Okay, no issues. So let us take, maybe let us rub everything. Okay. Now in this channel, so when you apply VDS, so sometime back we had commented that, let us say that, this is my channel length total, which is represented by L, right? So let us say that this is my channel length, L is my channel length, and let us say that this point is x is equal to 0. Let us say this point is x is equal to 0 and this point is x is equal to L, right? So in the channel, this channel has a length of L. This point is, let us say, x is equal to 0 and this point is x is equal to L. And when you apply a VDS, so the channel potential, so that does not remain same at each value of x. That is, the channel potential is not uniform. It changes as you move from source to drain. So when you move from source to drain, the channel potential also changes. So for example, at this point, that is, source is connected to 0. So at this point, the channel potential is 0. Let us say that channel potential is represented by Vx. So Vx, that is channel potential at x is equal to 0, is 0. Okay. Because source is connected to 0. And the channel potential at the drain side, that is at x is equal to L. So channel potential at x is equal to L is Vx is equal to whatever you apply here. Let us say I apply VDS. So this is VDS or VD. Let us say it is VD. So the channel potential at x is equal to L, that is on the drain side, it is VD. And on the source side, at x is equal to 0, it is 0. And in between, it changes. As you move from source to drain, the channel potential increases. Sometime back, we had commented similar thing in JFET also, that channel potential increases as you move from source to drain. So as you move from source to drain, that is from x is equal to 0 point. This is, let us say, x is equal to 0. This is x is equal to 0 point. And this is x is equal to L point. So the channel potential, it changes. At the source side, it is 0. And at the drain side, it is VD. So I'll go back and show you where we had some time back commented in a JFET that the channel potential changes when you apply drain to source voltage. Go back and I'll show you here. Here, you see this picture. This one. So when you apply a drain to source voltage, the channel potential, that is from source to drain, so this changes. It increases from 0 to VD as you move from source to drain. Okay. So the same thing applies here also in MOSFET. that is my channel potential Vx, that is, so that Vx is increasing. So this is Vx, so that Vx is increasing. Right. Now, for maintaining a channel here in this region, okay, now you are also applying VGS, that is VG also you are applying, and VD also. So the overall effect of this VG and VD, okay, that is VG and VD, so the overall effect of VG and VD on the channel potential, okay, that is now the channel potential, because of both VG and VD are applied, okay, so the total channel potential, that is VG minus Vx. So the total channel potential Vg minus Vx, so that should be greater than the threshold voltage for maintaining a channel under the gate. Okay. So if there was no Vd, then okay, the entire Vg was appearing here. So Vg, we can say that Vg is greater than Vt, then the channel is here. But now since Vd is also applied, Vg is also applied, so the channel potential, it is changing. That is, it is 0 here and then it's becoming Vd. So the overall effect on the channel potential from the gate and drain, so both has to be taken into picture. Now to maintain a channel here, you need to fulfill this condition, that is Vg minus Vx should be greater than Vt. Okay. And Vg is same at every point, right? So at every point in X, Vg is same. Okay. And to maintain a channel, Vg minus Vx should be greater than the threshold voltage. Okay. So for example, Vg minus Vx at source side, that is this side, would be how much? So Vg minus Vx at the source side is how much? So can you say Vg minus Vx? So since Vx is 0, since Vx is 0, okay, so Vg minus Vx is Vg, right? Vg minus Vx at this point is Vg. So that Vg, we have already applied Vg greater than Vt. We have already applied Vg greater than Vt, and at the source side, Vg minus Vx, that is Vg minus 0, is already greater than Vt. Right? So that means this condition is fulfilled, that is at the source side you will have good strong channel, because my Vg minus Vx is still coming greater than Vt. Okay. Now as you move towards the drain side, so this Vx is going up as you move towards the drain side. Okay. Now let us say that in the middle of this channel, that is at this point, let us say, just assume, let us assume that Vx is equal to, let us assume just Vg by 2. Let us assume that Vx is Vg by 2. So Vg minus Vx, so that will be equal to Vg by 2. And we have already applied Vg as greater than Vt. Okay. So that means this time this condition is not fulfilled. Vg minus 0 is not greater than Vt. So channel will not be uniform. That means in this region you will have a weak channel. Okay. Because the channel potential is increasing and you have applied some fixed bias Vg. So obviously Vg minus Vx, so that will also decrease, right? So Vg minus Vx, that is this term, so this will decrease. This will decrease when you move from source to drain. So when you move from source to drain, then this Vg minus Vx will decrease. And at the drain side, okay, so at the drain side, if you have applied VDS as VGS minus VT, so at the drain side, if you have applied VDS as VGS minus VT, that is at x is equal to L, my Vx is VGS minus VT. That is Vx is now VGS minus VT at the drain side. Vx is VGS minus VT. So if I put Vx as VGS minus VT here, or Vg minus Vt, let us say, Vx is Vg minus Vt, because Vs is already 0, so you can keep it VGS or Vg, because Vs is already 0. So if I put Vx as VGS minus Vt over here, then this condition, this is gone, right? So if I put Vx as VGS minus Vt over here, then this condition, that is this Vg minus Vx should be greater than Vt. So that is not fulfilled. So that is not fulfilled. So that means you will not see any channel at this point. Similarly, at this point also, if Vd is greater than VGS minus Vt, then at this point also you will not see any channel. An entire in this range from here to here, if Vd is greater than Vg minus Vt, or Vds is greater than VGS minus Vt, in this range, then this condition will not be fulfilled. Then you will not see any channel. Okay. And since Vx is decreasing as you move from drain to source, so this term is increasing. Okay. So that is why you will see strong channel. I mean, channel is forming. So that is why it takes shape of a wedge. Okay. It's not uniform, constant, rectangular in shape, but it takes a shape of wedge because of the channel potential, which is actually varying with position. Okay, so that was all about the concept of saturation and pinch off. So the channel is pinched off at this point, so that means there is no channel. That means there is no channel here in between. Okay. And if there is no channel, then how the current will be there between drain and source? That is how the electrons will move from the channel to the drain side if there is no channel. So that I think we had explained, that because of high electric field in this region, okay, because of high electric field in this region, the electrons which come near the pinched off region, so they will be swept away to the drain side. So because of that, the electrons are still able to move from source to drain, and thus you see the current also. Okay. But yes, the amount of current, I mean, that will not be linearly increasing with the applied VDS, so it will saturate. So that is why I had shown over here that if you increase VDS beyond VGS minus VT, a saturation point comes up. That is, current saturates because now the channel is pinched off. Okay. Now let us summarize again the same thing that we have studied. So first of all, when VGS, that is applied gate to source bias, is less than the threshold voltage, then you will have no channel, and in fact you'll have depletion layer, or the depletion mode comes into picture. No channel, so the device is off. So device is off. Now when you apply VGS greater than VT, so VGS greater than the threshold voltage, you have strong inversion layer, or you have a channel here now. So now if you apply a drain to source bias, then the current can flow. Now this is uniform because now we haven't applied any VDS, right? So we haven't applied drain to source bias, so that is why this channel is uniform. Now as soon as you apply a bias at drain terminal between drain and source, okay, so as soon as you apply a bias at drain to source terminal in between this, then as I said that the channel potential, so that does not remains constant, it changes. It starts from 0 at the source to Vd at the drain. So because of which the channel shape is now not uniform. In fact, the channel shape will be of the wedge shape, right? So that is this kind, or maybe here it is more clear, wedge shape. It is not uniform. Then when you further increase VDS, and when now VDS is equal to VGS minus VT, then you are at the verge of pinch off, right? So this is my pinch off point. That is, if you increase VDS further beyond VGS minus VT, then the channel will be pinched off. That means you will have no channel in this region. So this is pinch off point. Pinch off point. This is pinch off point when VDS is equal to VGS minus VT. And you will also notice the depletion region under the drain side. So because of you are increasing VDS, and since you have a MOSFET where the substrate is P type, so VDS, if you are making this positive, okay, so that means obviously you are applying the reverse bias on this junction, drain bulk junction. So because you are increasing the reverse bias on the drain bulk side, so that is why the depletion region under the drain side, so that is also increasing under the drain side. Okay. Now because the depletion region under the drain side is increasing, so that means depletion charges are also increasing here. And for the space charge neutrality principle, one has to reduce charges from the channel, because the channel, the charges in the depletion region are increasing. So to maintain the charge neutrality, the channel charges will be reduced from the drain side, not from the source side. So this can be understood this way also. That is why this is, channel is pinched off, because the depletion region under the drain is increasing. So to maintain the charge neutrality, one has to reduce the charges from the channel towards the drain side, not from the source side, because the depletion region from the drain side is increasing. If the depletion region from the source side also increases, then charges from the source side could have also been removed. But here, since VDS is also only increased, that is VD is made more positive, or this reverse bias junction's reverse bias is increased, so that is why the depletion region under this drain only is increasing. So that is why the charges near the drain side in the channel are reduced. Now you further when increase VDS beyond this VGS minus VT, that is now if VDS is greater than VGS minus VT, so this depletion region further widens under the drain side. Now the charges have to be removed from the channel towards the drain side. So when the charges are removed, you have now this pinch off region. That is, no channel is here. So when there is no channel, so the current can be there, but the current will saturate. Now you will also notice that because of this pinch off, there is no channel in this region, the overall channel length, so that has reduced. So it has become this much only, overall channel length. Earlier the channel length was this total channel length, but now because of the pinch off, the channel length has reduced. Now the effect of this reduced channel length is called channel length modulation. So channel length modulation means channel length is modified and now it has become small. Now the effect of this small channel length, that is channel length modulation effect, is that the current increases in the saturation. So this current is seen to increase because of the channel length modulation. Channel length modulation means channel is modulated or modified, and now the channel length becomes short in comparison to the channel length which was earlier. So because of this short channel length, the current increases. So why this current increases? Because of this short channel length. So that can be understood if I try to see this current equation of a MOSFET. So, again we have three regions: cutoff, linear, and saturation. So cutoff, there is no current, VGS is less than VT. And in the linear region, VGS is greater than VT. VGS is greater than VT in the linear region. This is G, right? So in the linear region, VGS is greater than VT and VDS is less than VGS minus VT. So there are two conditions for linear region, that is VGS should be of course greater than VT, otherwise you will not have a channel. The next condition is VDS should be less than VGS minus VT. So in the linear region, the drain current of the MOSFET is given by this equation. That is Kn prime W by L VGS minus VT into VDS minus VDS square by 2, where Kn prime is mu n Cox. Mu n is the mobility of electrons and Cox is the oxide capacitance, which is given by epsilon ox Tox. So oxide capacitance is given by this relation, epsilon ox, that is permittivity of the silicon dioxide divided by the thickness of silicon dioxide. So which silicon dioxide? The silicon dioxide which is under the gate, that is this silicon dioxide. So thickness of this silicon dioxide. Thickness means this thickness. This is Tox. Okay, so the current through the MOSFET is given by this relation, that is Kn prime W by L VGS minus V2 into VDS minus VDS square by 2. So this is current in linear region. And here you will see that, okay, this is current in linear region, let us say. Now the current in saturation. So for saturation, you again need this condition, that is VDS should be greater than equal to VGS minus VT. Earlier we had VDS less than VGS minus VT linear region. For saturation, VDS should be greater than equal to VGS minus VT. Okay? And also VGS, that should be greater than VT. So two conditions for saturation. One is VGS should be greater than VT. Other is VDS should be greater than equal to VGS minus VT. And in the saturation, we had seen channel length modulation. That is, my channel length was reducing. Channel length was becoming small, because of which I said the the drain current is increasing. So why the drain current is increasing? Because of this channel length modulation, that is channel length is becoming small and channel length is present over here in the drain current equation. Okay, so if the channel length goes down, so obviously the drain current will go up, right? So if the channel length goes down, then the drain current will go up from this relation. If the channel length becomes large, the drain current will come down. So the effect of channel length modulation is, that is the drain current, so that will go up, that is increase. So that is what we were saying here. In the saturation region, that is this region is saturation. When beyond this line, it is saturation region. VD sat is the saturation voltage. VDS is saturation voltage. So after this, the MOSFET is in saturation, and in saturation we are seeing an increase in current. Okay. So that increasing current is only because of channel length modulation. If there is no channel length modulation, that is if channel length is not modified because of a long channel, then the the drain current will be constant, saturated, constant. But if it is the channel length is so that there is a channel length modulation, channel is short and the channel length changes, or channel length modulation effect is present there. Then because of this, that is decrease in channel length, rise to increase in drain current. So that is actually the effect of channel length modulation. Okay, so this is irrelevant. Now let us come on to the IV characteristics of a transistor. So we had already commented that when you are increasing VD, the current is also increasing, but up to only this point, right? So when you are increasing VG, that is VGS, when you are increasing, then the channel is becoming more strong. So obviously the level of current will be more for same applied VDS. So level of currents will be more. And when you are applying VDS, then the current will increase up to a certain point, that is this point, before saturation. Right? So before saturation, the current increases. And after saturation, the current becomes constant. Right? So these red dots which I have made, so this represents saturation point or pinch off point. That is, at these points, my VDS is equal to VGS minus VT. So this VDS is equal to VGS minus VT. Similarly here, VDS is equal to VGS minus VT. Similarly here, VDS is equal to VGS minus VT. Okay. So VGS is already given to you here. So for example, for this 2.5 volt VGS, I know VGS. Okay. And VDS also I know from this point. VDS is somewhere around maybe 1 point, let us say 1.8. So 1.8 is VDS here, and VGS is 2.5. Okay. VGS is 2.5 and VDS is 1.8. So VGS minus VT, that is 2.5 minus threshold voltage. So that gives me VDS. So since this is a long channel MOSFET, okay, so it has a VT which is maybe if I subtract this 2.5 minus 1.8. So this is 0.7 volts. So that means VT of this MOSFET is 0.7 volts. Okay. So that is why VGS minus VT is becoming equal to VDS. So if VGS is 2.5 and VT is 0.7, so 2.5 minus 0.7 is 1.8. Sorry, 1.8 here, this one, right? Or VDS is equal to VGS minus VT. The current is saturating. So this is for N-channel MOSFET, the IV characteristics. So this region that is beyond saturation, I mean to the left of saturation, this is called linear region or resistive region. The current increases linearly. And towards the left of these red dots, the region is called saturation region because current is becoming constant or saturated. Okay. So this is IV characteristic or current voltage characteristics of N-channel MOSFET. Okay. So one can say that in this region, that is in this region, from here to here, the device is in linear mode or resistive mode, and then after this it is saturation region. Okay. Same here, right? So this region is entire region that is towards the left of this red dots, it is linear or resistive, and towards the right of these dots it is saturation region. Now similar to an NMOS transistor, the IV characteristics of a PMOS transistor can also be obtained. So for obtaining the IV characteristics of a PMOS transistor, all bias voltages, threshold voltages, everything one has to keep negative, and the drain current also becomes negative. So the drain current, you will see the drain current in the third quadrant. Okay, so in the third quadrant you will see the drain current. Okay, so this is ID versus VDS. So this is ID and this is VDS. Right? So for a PMOS transistor, IV characteristics would look like this. Okay. Again, you can identify the saturation points, maybe here, this one, and this one. So beyond this line, that is this entire region here, Entire this region is linear region, and this region is saturation region. Right? So this is saturation, and this is linear region for a PMOS transistor. So assume all variables negative, but yes, threshold voltage is also negative for a PMOS transistor. Now coming on to this last slide for the today's lecture, we had commented that there are two types of MOSFETs. One is enhancement and the other one is depletion MOSFET. So what is enhancement and depletion mode MOSFET? So that we should understand. So enhancement mode here means that there is no channel. So there is no channel when VG is 0. So when you have not applied any gate bias, obviously there should be no channel. So here, if it is enhancement, we say that there is no channel. But if it is depletion mode, then the channel still exists. Okay. When VG is 0, you haven't applied anything, but still channel is existing in between. So that can happen because of some ion implantation. We are purposely, let us say, trying to make a channel even if VG is not equal to 0. Okay. So the depletion mode MOSFET has a channel present even at gate bias 0. And in enhancement mode, you have no channel when VG is 0. So that is the difference between enhancement and depletion mode. Now how the IV characteristics will change? So obviously when in a depletion mode MOSFET, there is channel. So that means at gate bias of 0 also, there should be current between drain and source. If I apply a drain to source voltage, then there should be current even at VG is equal to 0. Okay. So this is the current for VG is equal to 0. That is for VG, that is you haven't applied any gate bias, but still there is current. Similarly, for VG less than 0 also there can be current if the channel still exists over there. Okay. So for depletion mode MOSFET, you don't need to apply gate bias. The current will be there if you apply VDS. But yes, if you want to increase the level of the current, then you need to increase the gate bias from 0 to some positive value for a N-type MOSFET. Similarly, for a enhancement made MOSFET, enhancement mode MOSFET, where there is no channel, so obviously at VG is equal to 0, there will be no current. Okay. So that is at VG is equal to 0, which is being shown here, there is no current, 0 current at VG is equal to 0. And also for VG less than 0, 0 current. Okay. But as you increase VG, so this is VG is increasing, right? So the level of current is also increasing, right? So these are all, these four IV characteristics you are seeing. So this is all, these all are for VG greater than 0. So this is basically the difference between enhancement and depletion mode MOSFET. So I'll stop here, and if you have any queries, then please ask.
सर इसमें VDS के बीच में भी रिवर्स बायस होता है ना?
VDS is always positive, right? So in a N channel MOSFET, VDS is positive. So that is how you will apply electric field from drain to source, and the electrons will move from source to drain. So VD is not positive.
जो चैनल बनेगा वहां पे और यहाँ पे ड्रेन का जो N+ है, उसके बीच में डिप्लीशन लेयर बढ़ेगी ना, पॉजिटिव करेंगे तो VDS को.
Correct. So if you increase VDS, then the depletion region on the drain side will increase. So which has been shown over here. Here, this one. So if you increase VDS, the depletion region only under the drain side will increase. So that is why the charges from the channel region towards the drain side are reduced, because the depletion charges are increasing over here. Correct. Yeah, any other questions?
ये जो सेकंड केस में जो डेल्टा लेंथ में चैनल ही नहीं है तो करंट कैसे फ्लो करेगा यहाँ पे फिर?
Yeah, so I had explained it, so I'll once again explain you that when delta L, that is you have no channel, then how the current will flow. So because in this region you have very high electric field, so electric field in this region is high. I think I had mentioned over here. Maybe let us take this point over here. Yeah. So in this region, delta L, you don't have any channel, but in this region, the electric field is very high. So because of this high electric field and the direction of electric field from drain to source side, the electrons will drift or sweep away from source to drain. So the electrons will come over here. So because of this high electric field. Any other thing? Yeah, any other doubts? Please ask. So if you have any doubts, then please ask.